Good morning, Metaverse. I'm Thor with the Red Hand, and it has been a minute. I spent the last month or so just getting things done, prepping so I'd be ready for the release of Sage Labs, and that is just over the horizon. Any day now. Any day now. I know I'm highly anticipating it, and I know a lot of other people are as well. But I figured now would be a good time to start creating some content that's actually useful for people and talking through how I'm prepping for Sage Labs to drop. And then the first couple weeks, for sure, there's going to be a lot to talk about trying to figure out the games and the nuances, things that are effective, things that are clearly ineffective. There's a lot of numbers to really crunch. Whose spreadsheet is best? Who's got the best spreadsheet? Spreadsheet wars. I'm actually really looking forward to that. And seeing the player-driven economy come out for the first time and really start to develop. So hopefully there's some good content I can create for that. So that kind of leads me to my first thing that I wanted to talk about, and that was actually I think a little bit incentivized by the conversations in the last Atlas Brew, where Dom and Santi, Newt was there too, but Dom and Santi were talking about the glories of the ONI consortium and all the work that they're doing together. I think that's great. I won't lie, I'm a little bit jealous of the community involvement within the ONI consortium. From what I've heard, I am an Usturs myself, so I have not really participated in ONI business, but the Usturs Security Council, that is the group that the Usturs have put together, and I've been involved with that from the very beginning. And even though it's been relatively quiet with no actual gameplay, there actually has been a decent amount of development, and it's really started to pick up recently. So let me. And so the Usturs Security Council, the USC, has kind of rebranded itself and really built out more to be more inclusive, and it is now known as the Nexus. And the Usturs Security Council is still sort of a subcategory in this Discord group, and you see people. Newt popped in, and so he's actually found a home, and we all welcomed him. Signal is in there, myself, Buffalo Blanco. I talked to him a lot in the Bounty Bar. Venom is really the guy that has kept this Usturs group together and kept pushing it, in my opinion, from all the posts that he has done, and really driven hard the need for Usturs to stick together. And I think that's something that I'd like to help advocate for. A bunch of other people have been in here that have been really helpful. Stash Attack, he's worked a lot with the Bounty Bar as well. And so, I think that these groups that are coming together are going to be really important. And just to know, I'll leave a link in the description below to come in. And if you are an Usturs, this is a call to all Usturs. Let's get together and at least figure out who is going to be really interested in working together. We still don't have gameplay to base stuff off of, so I don't know what the Onis are really meeting about or game planning, specifically how they work together, when we don't really know how we're going to be able to work together yet. So I'm not overly concerned that we're falling behind in any significant way. But I do think as the game develops, as it gets more complex, those parts of the game are going to be very important, being able to work with each other and have a central place that we can communicate sort of separate from the other factions, separate from the main Star Atlas Discord. Whether it's all of your guilds individually, if you have your own guild, if you're a member of a guild, if that's where you spend most of your time, that's great. But as a faction, there needs to be some coordination, some working together, and the Usturs Security Council, the Nexus, is going to be the place that I direct my guild to. Yeah, so this episode was kind of just saying, hey guys, haven't seen you for a while. Good to talk with you again. And I would actually really appreciate any feedback as far as what kind of content you'd find useful. I mean, I want my videos to be helpful to the community. And be of use. I enjoy doing this stuff. I like doing the recordings, and I like learning more about the editing. So whatever content you would find helpful, I'd love to be able to put together something for that. So if building fleets together is something that people find interesting, I'll love to do that. I really enjoyed going over and reviewing all of the ships from my older videos, and since a lot of the stats have changed, we can go back through and deep dive into some of these ships and how their stats have changed. That's another thing that I was thinking about doing. But just let me know in the comment section below, and don't worry about liking or subscribing. But if you know somebody, go ahead and share the video. If you can do that, then today was a good day. Good morning, Metaverse.